one page abstract, you are just writing 1-2 lines, what is the introduction, 4-5 lines, what is the behind this research, and then few lines, what you actually going to do or what you have done. But it's like a summary of one page. You can publish that as an abstract. That is valid as a publications. But it is valid as a publications, but you cannot publish that in a journal. But you can publish in a conference. Even international conference you can publish. So if you just want to publish an abstract, you can present that in the conference. There are two ways you can present in a conference. One thing is like this, present as a PowerPoint presentation to the audience. Then at the end, audience will ask the questions, we have to answer. Second way is you can draw a poster. I will show you example. Then you have to stand in that conference hall with the poster. When audience people come and ask questions, you have to explain. Otherwise, you don't have to continuously explain. If someone asks, then you have to explain. That is called poster presentation. If you have published only the abstract in a conference, both ways you can use either poster presentation or oral presentation. Otherwise, instead of abstract, you can publish full paper, writing abstract, introduction, methodology, research, results and discussion, conclusion. Everything you can include in your paper, and you can publish either in conference or either in journal. So if you publish in the conference, again you can present that as an oral presentation, or you can present as a poster presentation. So this is the basic foundation of the research. First thing, you have to identify whether you want to write a review paper or you want to do a research. If you identify the topic, to start the research paper writing, best thing is to select a topic and write a review paper. Then you don't need any new ideas. You have ideas what other people has done, just summarize that. Gather 5-6 people, you can start that in your area. Any area you are interested. So you can do that. So this is the example for poster presentation. If it is a PowerPoint, you have to present to the audience. Otherwise, you have to create a poster like this, including all the information. Then you have to present in front of that poster to show your work. So whatever I mentioned about the review paper, it is here. Review paper is just the summary of the current research status, what other people has done. Then you are summarizing and publish. And here it is given the format of the review paper. What are the titles or categories you have to write? First thing, you should have a title, and then the abstract, introduction. Then there should be some body which you will explain what about that topic, and then conclusion and preferences. But you will not include your ideas because this is a review paper. You are just summarizing others' idea. So same thing here, and there are two ways you can write a review paper. One thing is you just write the introduction and write everything under that introduction up to the end. As an example, if it is a solid waste management, just write everything under the solid waste management and then conclude it. Second way is make a topic, different topics like introduction, amount of solid waste management, categories of solid waste, users of solid waste, and recycle solid waste, like that. Then you have to find the information related to those topics from the literature. Both way you can do a review paper. There is no any standard way, both way you can follow. So normally consider around 10 years, last 10 years, recent 10 years, and then analyze those information and data. So this is just an example of the review paper to show you here. In the review paper there is a title, and then the author's name and university, and then there is abstract keywords, and then afterwards some other steps are coming. So to select a topic is not a big problem. There are plenty of topics because it's not a research. Any topic you can select. Maybe students' behavior in the university. Maybe industrial training impact on university students' performance. Anything like that. To do a review, you don't have to find a special topic. There are plenty of topics available. So like that, you can select a topic, you can do any kind of review. So then, most important part, when you do a review paper, because you are summarizing some other person's idea, you have to put the citations. You can see here. So you can see there square brackets 1, 2, 3 is written there. It means I have taken those information from those references, those literatures. Why it is 1, 2, 3? Because I have started with the first reference, then second reference, then third one, fourth one, like that. Maybe you will refer 100 references. Then it will go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, 100. Assume now you already define 1, 2, 3 like that. After 4 pages, you want to refer again same first paper, but your number will be first. You are not assigning new number for same paper. ඔයා එකම paper එක නම් use කරන්නේ දෙපාරක්. ඒකට දෙන්නේ එකම number එක විතරයි. මුලදී අංක එක දුන්නා නම් අන්තිම page එකේදී එක refer කළත් ආපහු අංක එකම තමයි දෙන්නේ. So you cannot define two numbers for single paper. You will define same number. If it is 1, it's 1. So this is just a format. Normally, after you complete your paper, you have to find where it will publish. Based on that journal, you have to find the template and arrange according to that template. So I show you there why it is written 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It is here. Those information about references should come at the end. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, those things are here. Whatever you use for the writing of the paper. So all the information in that information related to that publication is here. Author's name, article name, journal name, year of publications, everything. But you are using consecutive numbers 1 to n. And then when you now forget about the review paper. Assume now you are doing a research or you are doing your final year research, you want to publish that. Maybe your technology project. Some of you have done, then you can even publish if you have developed something new or if you have done something new. Then this is the structure of the research paper. Here you have to select a topic, and even you are doing a research, still you have to do literature review. But it's not like preview paper literature review. Here you have to do some kind of literature review to give them some background idea what other people has done. Then you have to identify the gap, what you're going to do, then methodology, then after that results and discussion, conclusion, and then at the end there should be references as well. And there are 3 kinds of research papers you can write. First thing is experimental based research. Assume now your research is there are fruit waste, there are banana waste in the market. You want to produce ethanol using banana waste. So then you have to collect the banana waste and go to the lab and do the fermentation and distillation and produce the ethanol. Then you will conduct your part of the research in the lab, and it will depend on your experimental results. So your first category is experimental research. So you will perform the experiments and complete your research. Second thing is analytical research. In the analytical research, you don't have to go to the lab and do the research. As your research is ethanol production using banana waste, you will visit economic centers or Megoda Economic Center as an example. You will find amount of banana waste generating. Then theoretically you will find what is the amount of ethanol generate per 1 kg of banana. So everything you will theoretically handle. You will collect the data, you will analyze the data, those things. But you don't have to exactly produce the ethanol in the lab. Analytical survey you can done without going to lab, but all the information data you will be collected and you will be analyzed. And then third one, simulation based research, which means you can use any kind of simulation tool like MATLAB, S.P.R or LabVIEW or any kind of other softwares like AutoCAD, SolidWorks you can use for your research. So you can design ethanol fermentation reactor using S.P.R software or MATLAB. So simulation results you can summarize into journal article and publish. So in that case you are not doing experimental research in the lab, you are not going to the field to analyze the data, but you are in front of the computer, you will handle your research. So these are the three categories of your research. How to write a research paper? First thing is your title, then abstract should be there, then introduction is coming, methodology coming, results and discussion, conclusion and references. Difference between abstract and conclusion: abstract means entire summary of the paper, summary of the introduction part, summary of the methodology, summary of the results, summary of the conclusion should be in the abstract. Conclusion means summary of your results. So if someone read your abstract of the paper, he can understand overall about your paper. But if someone read only your conclusion, he cannot understand what you actually has done, because that is only the summary of your results. So this is the standard structure of the research paper. This is the same structure you will use for your final year research project. So these are the same chapters you will include. So now I will tell you, as you have to follow what other people has done, and as you have to include those things in your journal paper, you have to give them citations. It's mean like a credit. You have to give them the credit to appreciate their work. Otherwise it's like copy paste. So there are two ways basically to do the citation. First thing is IEEE style, IEEE. In that way you are using numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that numbers. At the end of the paper, under the reference section, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 those references. And during the paper, you just put in within the square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4 only. This is the reference list based on the IEEE style. And then there is another one called APA style. In the APA style, you are not giving the numbers. You are using first author, comma, that published year within the normal brackets during the body. At the end of the paper, in the reference section, so during the body here you can see I have added the brackets and author name, comma, published year. So there are no numbers. This is the APA style of referencing, citing. So everywhere you have to add the author name and the published year. And this is the reference list. Now it is in the alphabetical order. So A to Z alphabetical order you have to follow in the reference list if you are using APA style. But in the IEEE style there is no alphabetical order. You are following consecutive order of the numbers 1 to 100 like that. So this is the APA style, A to Z. What is the advantages of these two styles? IEEE style is very easy. You are just putting numbers. At the end, you just summarizing 1, 2, 3, 4 like that up to 100. But disadvantage is, assume you have complete your final year report and you have used 100 literatures. But later on you realize you want to add one more literature. And somewhere middle of the report, maybe after 55, after 55th reference you have to add. Then what you have to do? New one you have to define as a 56. And then 56 was already there. You have to change all the other numbers 56 to 100 as a 57, 58 like that. That is the disadvantage of the IEEE style. Once you